I wanted to go over all my paint pouring supplies, and I'll just go over where I got it from and how much I think I paid for it. And most of it I got from Michael's or Lowe's or Home Depot or Walmart or Kroger, but mostly from Michael's. I only shop there when I have like coupons or they have sales, so I would recommend signing up for the rewards. I get those emails, and they never send me a text, but I just get a lot of emails with coupons. And so the prices vary from location and time on the coupons, so they probably won't be accurate. And the only thing I want to get that I don't have is, I guess, plastic sheets. I was gonna cut up, make my own like custom designs, like the strainers, and hopefully it comes out. I've been doing this for like about a week, 2 weeks. Pretty much I want to be a master after like 30 days, but I think it'll all turn out well. And hopefully you all enjoy it, and I can start doing more and grow this channel. And that's my dog. Her name's Dakaya. She's a little sweetie. She's a little funny one. Look at her. Oh, little baby. Alright, Dakaya. I'm gonna get started. Alright, say bye. Okay, just stare at the camera then. Alright then. Are these Artist Loft canvases. So I got quite a few of them. I got some of these large ones. Well, I haven't done any of these large ones yet. I'm just hoping that they don't droop in the center, but they're stapled, already made. My favorite ones are these 12 by 12. I've been doing that. So these are some primed. I primed them already, and I got a lot of them. Look at that. So I'm good to go for a while. So this one is a really important piece for your canvases, setting them up, so it helps with keeping it level, and also the paint doesn't just run off one side while it dries. And I think this is like $1 from Goodwill, so get that. And with that, I got these hooks, a bunch of these hooks. So these are really useful. So I'll put it in the back of the canvas, screw it in, and then you can adjust the height. And they're pretty useful. I got all these. They're pretty dirty, but they're reusable. So some other stuff. I just got some paper towels, a knife, and a pair of scissors. You need a trash can with a trash bag, normal trash bag, and I have these 3mm. They're pretty nice. I use them kind of just lay down on my table just to capture all the paint. We also have some wax paper and plastic wrap. So the plastic wrap helps when we want to seal up and let the, I guess, paint mixture settle overnight so all the bubbles pop out. Here I got some vinyl gloves. I got these jumbo craft sticks. I like the big ones, preferred over the small ones. Then I got these rubber bands. These are so I can also help seal up with the plastic wrap for the paint to set overnight. So I got these 3 fluid ounces, 18 and 16. I used the 3 fluid ounces for I guess if I just wanted to use it just for one canvas. But I've been really liking preparing a bulk batch and just saving it. And I don't have any problems when I use the rubber band saran wrap. It just stays airtight and it lasts for a long time, and I don't have to worry about mixing all the time. So that's been helpful. I've been liking. So you got your palette knives, your I guess putty spreaders, and your brushes. I really like this one, the 2-inch, the 3-inch, and this metal palette knife. I don't know what type this is, but I mostly use this and that one, just because I work on the 12 by 12 and smaller. So I really need to push that much around. And this I usually just scrape the bottom, but you can also just use your leftover jumbo craft sticks to scrape the bottom. Alright, next up are these extra fine glitter. I like this big collection. I actually hate glitter. Just how messy it is, and I always hated glitter since I was a kid. But I just got these. I thought it'd look cool if I like sprayed some in some of the artworks, but I don't really use it too often. But I just wanted some, so that's pretty cool. So I got all these strainers, and I guess the best place would be like Goodwill, but I didn't want to buy used strainers. I really like these new ones, and they weren't that expensive. But I guess I just thought these patterns were really cool. And also I got some string. You might want some thicker or like twine or something, just in case if you decide to do some of that pendulum paint pouring or make one of those saddle swings. So I have this just in case. So I got some of these pipette droppers. Use those for these acrylic ink, and I mix them with rubbing alcohol to get those. I don't know what they're called. I think they're like fractals or fractures or something. Or like if I want them more controlled, I'll use the tip of this, dip this in and kind of spray it on there. Use the dropper. But you kind of make these cool like snowflake looking effects. But it's more cool just to watch. I don't really like the final product when it dries. It's kind of like faded and blurry. Never get that strong of effect, but it's cool to have. So here I got some rubbing alcohol, 91%. I use it sometimes. Well, I don't. I've been having really good success with just water and paint and pouring medium. But I think I might start using this. And also, some people they use it in like a hairspray and spray it to pop the bubbles. I heard that mixing it in your paint helps pop the bubbles. I couldn't find silicone oil, so I just got this from the store. It's easy to find. And I always had this a blowtorch. I guess you can get like a smaller one, but this one works well. So next up is I got some gesso, and that's just the prep the canvas so the paint adheres well and it stays well to the canvas. And then I have the pouring medium. I use that this one. I use this pretty much a majority of my paints when I was learning, and I started switching to Floetrol, but this is a little more expensive than Floetrol. But Floetrol really works. I might start playing with the ratios and stuff, but I mostly use this just because I didn't know about Floetrol when I started. And then I got these just recently, some 2 quarts. I couldn't find a gallon one, but I was pretty much going to transfer this into it so it pours better, or I can pour it easily into, because it's just a bucket pretty much. And I was originally using this, but I find myself using it up a lot because it's really small. But this is really good for applying in just a small dose. And then also I've been thinking about just using this for the pendulum paint pouring. I got all these Pepsi bottles and water jugs and Gatorade bottles, and I was thinking about turning those into I guess just paint pourers for the pendulum. So next up is Floetrol. So I got this strainer with it, and I put it pretty much with a rubber band, put it to the nozzle or on the pouring spout or whatever, and that's because Floetrol can get chunky sometimes. So I got two of them just because it's such a cheap alternative to using all this. So I might use majority of that, put like a little part of that, and maybe in some of the colors I'll put this gloss medium. I really want to try this. I think it'd be really cool. I like that shine. I don't know how I feel about the matte or enamel or stuff like that, but I want to try this one and see what it looks like. Alright, next up is the paint. So I really like the Artist Loft. Relatively cheap, and it's nice. Especially this flow acrylic and the big bottles. I like the shape of it. I think it's just cool. You can use it when it's empty for like the paint pouring. So I got some black, some metallic silver, got white, got metallic gold, and all these other ones. And so I got some yellow. I'm gonna try this one, matte acrylic paint. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I got the gloss, and then just primary yellow, whatever this is. And then I already used these two, metallic purple and metallic leaf green, made them in a batch over here. So then I have two metallic blues, really cool, I like that color. And then this was in some of the canvases, the value packs with its pack of 2, and they gave you some of these. These work well. I can use these. So I used the red, white, and blue, and I'm saving up the yellow. I'm gonna do black and yellow, so I think that'd be cool. And I got these 8.45 fluid ounce ones. Pretty cool. So I got some of these big ones. Blue. Get that. Get that. Get some of that. Yeah, so I got a lot of these. Yeah, Michael's had this like 40% off all artist paint and brushes, so stocked up. I don't know if this glows in like black lights, but it'd be cool if it could. Let's get some of this. I like the shape of this. I was gonna use this for the pendulum paint pouring after I use it up. Then you have some of these. Water bottle size, I guess, 16.9 fluid ounces, 5 milliliters or 500 milliliters. So, and then I also got these. So this is really cool. I bought this. Scoot that over. So I originally bought Liquitex's heavy body. I forget. I think it's like 12 count. I didn't know anything about paint pouring when I first started, so I got that, and I first tried it out. It was like chunky. Even if I were mixed for like 30 minutes, I would still get chunks in my pieces, and I was really upset. And I realized that you have to get like this soft body or high flow or whatever kind. So I already used up these two.